What's up, everybody? Marcus here with NextLevelRecording.com, and thanks for tuning in to today's Mix Tip Minute. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about mixing it in mono, and you might be thinking, nobody even listens in mono, so why would I mix in mono? And that's where you're actually wrong. Typically, your cell phone has one speaker, therefore it's mono. Elevator speakers are in mono. Store ceiling radios and speakers are in mono. And believe it or not, concerts are actually in mono. Yeah, there might be a lot of speakers at concerts, and you're thinking that's not a mono, but live engineers don't pan anything, and if they do, it's very minimal. And this is because if somebody's sitting on the left side of the stage or the right side of the stage and they're not in front of both the speakers, if something is panned left or right, they're not going to hear it. So typically, live engineers keep it straight up the middle. But, even though most things are in stereo, mixing in mono is going to open up so many doors in your mix. You're going to balance each element to perfection with faders and pan pots. And yes, when you pan in mono, it actually does something, whether you hear it doing something or not. You're going to reduce masking in your EQ, and in general, you're going to make smarter EQ decisions, so you will clear out so much frequency space, instruments that are fighting frequencies. You're going to carve out elements, and you're just going to have an overall balanced mix. Mixing in mono is also going to ensure you that your mix is going to sound good on a mono playback system, so you're not even going to have to worry about anything disappearing when played in mono. But the best part about it is, if you get it sounding great in mono, just think how amazing it's going to sound when played in stereo. You might have to tweak a little thing here and there, but I guarantee you it's going to be very minimal tweaking. And sometimes when I'm mixing, I even completely forget I'm in mono, and then I realize, oh wow, I'm in mono, and I bypass my plugin, and bam, I have a wide, clear, crisp mix that I fall in love with, and it's awesome. You have to really do it in order to see the effects. So you're probably asking, how do you actually mix in mono? And typically you'll see studios, pictures of studios, and there's one speaker that's directly in front of the mixing engineer. We all don't have that luxury, so what we can use is plugins. On your master fader or your 2-mix fader, if you use aux tracks, we're going to go ahead and insert a Soundfield stereo imager plugin. I have a lot of plugins, so if you don't have one of these, I'm not sure exactly what comes with Pro Tools, but I don't think they have this. But we're going to use the Waves S1 imager today. And the only thing I'm going to do is under the width fader, I'm going to turn it all the way to 0. As you can see, the triangle goes to 0, and now it's in mono. I'm going to go ahead and play you a little section in mono, and then I'm going to bypass the plugin, and you'll hear the mix open up.
You won't hear me crying, you won't see the dark clouds on my face. If you
As you can see, when it's in mono, everything's directly in the center, and when I bypassed it, you can hear the clarinet move to the right side and everything. You weren't here during the mix, but I guarantee you, if you mix in mono, you're gonna have clarity, and you're gonna love the mix you do. And I hope you try it, and I hope you do it in every single mix. I typically mix 85 to 90% of my projects in mono, and then I turn it off. And typically I like everything that comes about putting it back into stereo after I mix it in mono. That is today's Mix Tip Minute. I hope you can use this the next time you work, and every time you work, and I guarantee you that your mixes are going to have much more clarity and be super wide when you do this. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at NextLevRecording. Like us on Facebook, and please subscribe, and I will catch you on our next Mix Tip Minute.